You try every productivity hack on YouTube, you push off your responsibilities to just study all week, and it doesn't work. I feel that on like a spiritual level, but I have good news for you. It's not because of a lack of effort. If you're not getting results, you might just need a better approach, and we can fix that right now. I want to share with you some big facts that I've learned while studying CS and mentoring people at UC Berkeley, both as a student and while not actually enrolled. A lot of students miss this, but it's really important, so I'm going to give you guys 3 easy tips for getting more out of your time. Let's get right to it. Cue the intro. I don't have one yet, but hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to my channel. We're all just getting our lives together, and I want to share that process. So if you're here for it, make sure you hit the subscribe button. So the harsh truth is that the day that you have blocked on your calendar for studying doesn't actually count as productive, at least not all of it. The time you spend in that day sitting at the library, looking at your study materials, not scrolling through Facebook, that doesn't count yet either. The only time that actually counts as productive studying is the time that you spend in the zone. You're in the zone when you're thinking in an active and creative way that actually moves you towards your goals. This is when you're actually developing the neural connections that are making you smarter at something that has value. So obviously, I'm not in the zone all the time. You're probably not either. We're human, that's fine. But the point is, any studying that you do when you're not in the zone really kind of doesn't matter. I mean, look at the last day that you spent dedicated to studying. A lot of the time, you're gonna fall short of the zone. You're gonna slack off, you're distracted, you're thinking about memes. A lot of other times, you shoot way past it. You're caffeinated, you're stressed, you're overwhelmed. Yeah, you can study when you're not in the zone. You can put words on paper or remember some things, but it adds so little value to your life that it's not really worth the time. And if you add up all the minutes that you spend in the zone, you know, when you're engaged but with a relaxed kind of focus, and you add that all up, it's probably gonna be max a couple hours a day. But if you're struggling with productivity, it's realistically gonna be like 30 minutes to an hour, if even that. And this sucks. My ego took a huge hit when I realized this, but that's the point. When you're at a tough university like UC Berkeley, a lot of people around you are gonna make you feel pressured to constantly grind as long and hard as they do. Just keep in mind that people naturally do not want to admit or even realize how much of their effort might actually be kind of useless. I mean, this is good news for you and me, because that means if we want to be more productive, we don't need to start by cramming in more study time. We don't need to push off all our friends. We don't have friends. And all we gotta do is start optimizing our lives around being in the zone. Anything is productive if it improves the total amount and the quality of time you spend in the zone overall, like over the month, over the year, over your life. But you can't improve what you don't measure. So my first tip is to actually use timers when you study. Set a timer for like 30 minutes, get in the zone and get ready to go. Hit start and just brain blast on whatever you gotta do. Don't worry about when the timer's gonna go off, but once it does, just back off, just chill, breathe for a second until you're ready to go again. Do this as many times as you need. This is kind of like the Pomodoro technique, but whenever you catch yourself distracted or spacing out, pause the timer, do what you gotta do to get yourself together, just take your time, and when you're ready to go, hit start again. If you can't, just cut your losses and walk away. This is really great because not only are you measuring your productivity more accurately now, but you're also giving yourself a defined start and end to your focus time. It's realistic and it's flexible, so you can keep your work in your work time and your breaks in your break time, so that both are gonna be productive. If instead you just say, I'm vaguely gonna study today, well, you're more likely to constantly try to balance working and chilling, and both are not gonna do anything for you. So this is only gonna be effective if you have a lot of self-awareness. So my next tip is actually to just meditate. You know, just sit back and observe yourself. I'm thinking about this, I'm distracted by this, I'm feeling like this. My neck is tight and my breathing is really shallow. Try taking 10 long, deep breaths. Why is this harder than studying? This is gonna help you be more constantly aware of your emotional and mental state, and it's also gonna make your breaks actual breaks. What's not an actual break is if you start scrolling through your phone. That is not productive, unless it's to watch my videos. If that's the case, then keep going. You know, hit the subscribe button while you're at it and let me know in the comments, is this productive or are you just procrastinating right now? Otherwise, social media just never ends and it doesn't actually relax you, so you just burn your time like that. But 20 minutes of meditating, that's gonna feel like forever, and you're gonna be able to go back into the zone when you need to. So now that we can get in the zone, we can get out of it, we gotta make it count. So my third tip is to study realistically. If you're prepping for finals, take a practice final with the time pressure, no solutions. Do it in a classroom if you need to. If you're prepping for an interview, do a real mock interview. If you do underwater kickboxing, go fight someone in the ocean. It's gonna feel miserable, this sucks, and it feels like a lot of discipline, but it doesn't take much more time than browsing through lecture slides for 3 hours. And you're not graded on how well you study. You're graded on how well you perform on the actual thing. And if you can't prove to yourself that you can get in the zone and think the way you need to on a practice exam, why should you do well on the actual thing? This is actually gonna save you a lot of time in the long run, and it's gonna help you sleep better at night because you're not gonna constantly worry about how you're gonna do on your finals, because if you've done 10 already, you'll know. So hopefully this was helpful. If these specific tips don't actually help you, or they don't work for you, just don't do them. There's no type of activity that's productive in and of itself. I don't care what you write in your passion planner or how many colors of sticky notes you have. The only thing that matters is you figure out what counts, you get it done, you do it consistently, and you cut out all the other noise. You protect your motivation. Let me know in the comments or message me on Instagram. What do you want to see in another video? And I'll see you here next time. Thanks, guys.